Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of We Are the Hansons. I'm your host, Maya, and today we're diving literally into something light, fun, and full of sunshine. I'm talking about our summer pool party adventure this past weekend at Jeremy's sister Amber's house in Illinois. Y'all, it was everything a summer day should be. Splashing, thrilling, laughter, and making memories with our big, beautiful family. So grab a lemonade, kick back, and let me tell you about it. So let's start with the road trip. If you know anything about traveling with a big family like ours, you know the car ride alone can be its own episode. The snacks were packed, and the playlist was bumping. And yes, there were a few "Are we there yet?" coming from the back seat before we even hit the highway. Illinois isn't too far, but when you've got a vehicle full of excited kiddos counting down the minutes to, cannonball into the pool, it feels like a cross-country drive. But spirits were high, and honestly, road trips are one of my favorite parts of summer. You get that anticipation that builds up, and of course, the sibling sing-alongs. We drove, let me think. It was 5.5 hours. We stopped 3 times because, we took 2 cars, and not all the kids got to go. We were missing a few. So in our vehicle, we had Torrin and Annalyn and our granddaughter, Riley, and then me and Jeremy. In my daughter's car, there was Colin, Morgan, McKenna, and Madison, and our granddaughter, Liana. So Morgan, Colin, McKenna, and Maddie and Liana, they took a different route than we did. We went through St. Louis. They went through Jeff City. So we stopped a few times, obviously, to get drinks, change diaper, and, all that fun stuff. We rolled into Amber's place, and instantly it felt like summer hit level 100. Her backyard is a whole vibe. Pool sparkling, deck chairs ready, kids practically throwing their clothes off mid-run to get into that water. Amber, bless her heart, had everything already set up. Pool toys were floating, sunscreen was ready, towels were hanging, and music was playing. The backyard looked like it was straight out of the magazine, but with way more noise, chaos, and giggles. Just how we like it. And let's talk about the pool. It was the perfect temperature, guys. I even got in myself. The second the kids hit the water, it was like an energy explosion. They were in heaven. Marco Polo, jumping in contest, floating races, you name it, they did it. I think at one point, someone tried to invent synchronized swimming with a giant floaty. It didn't go well, but it was hilarious. Now, y'all, there's always that one person at every cookout who thinks they're auditioning for Top Chef Backyard Edition. That was my brother-in-law, Clint. He had that grill going like a pro. He even had everything right there and cooking up a storm. I mean, come on. He had the burgers flipping, and I think they were skirt steaks, if I remember correctly. I mean, it was awesome. He even grilled and toasted the buns. It was pretty cool. And the food on top of the burgers and the skirt steaks, Yum. Lots of pasta salads, cucumber and onion salad, fruits. Yum. It was so good. And the food, oh, just the smell alone was enough to make you forget you were in a swimming suit with no room to hide a food baby. But more than the food, more than the pool, what made the day so special was just being together. We don't always get to visit with everyone, and days like this, they remind you what family is all about. The adults got to catch up while the kids played hard. We shared stories, laughed about old times, and just relaxed. I sat up on the pool deck and was tanning for quite some time before I decided I need to get in this pool to cool down. There was a moment I looked around and thought, this is what memories look like in the making. We had a few funny moments too, like one of the kids yelling and falling off the pool floaty. Everyone took a swim. Jeremy, he tried to say he was going to throw me in. So before he could do that, I just got in myself. And let's just say the splash radius was impressive with the kids. Totally worth it though. Well, needless to say, after hours of sun, splashes, and seconds, okay, thirds of food, we packed up and got ready to head home. The kids were sun-kissed, waterlogged, and happy. You know, that kind of tired where they're still smiling, but you know they'll be asleep before you hit the stop sign down the road? That's where we were. The ride home was pretty silent, which never usually happens unless we're driving really late. I turned around and saw every single one of the 3 kids knocked out with soggy hair and pool wrinkled fingers. That kind of peace, it's rare and golden. And I mean to tell you, when I say they were zonked, we ended up stopping at a gas station probably an hour and a half away from Amber's. And the only kid that woke up that wanted to go in to use the restroom was Torin. And the moment we got back in the car, she was passed out again. This time we took a little bit different route coming home. We ended up going through Jacksonville, Illinois, and they have this huge bridge over the Mississippi, and it is amazingly beautiful at dark time. There was lights, it was long, it was beautiful. I was so in awe of how pretty it was driving over that bridge and looking out over the Mississippi. It was so pretty. I'm so glad that we took that way home because, wow, that was awesome. And then we ended up stopping, I think, one more time on the way home. And we just hit the road and went sailing. It did rain a little bit after we left, and I'm so glad and thankful that the rain held off until we were gone because it was the perfect day, perfect temperature, perfect everything. It was so fun, and I'm glad we get to do that kind of stuff and go visit. We didn't get home until I think it was 12:30 a.m., but definitely worth it. So our next trip, we will be going to the Wisconsin Dells the 17th through the 20th of July. And we're taking 3 cars this time because we got all of the younger kids coming. And I think the only ones that won't be able to make it this time are a couple of the older kids. But it's going to be so fun. And I'm so excited and so ready to be able to take the kids to the Wisconsin Dells, to the water park. I'm just so ecstatic about it. The littler ones have never been to the Wisconsin Dells. And I just cannot wait for them to experience the fun of a water park. It's going to be fun. And we get to spend time with the kids. And I think a couple of the cousins are coming. We have a couple of the friends coming. And I believe we get to see our brother-in-law or my brother-in-law and some of the other families, my family and Jeremy's family while we're there. So it's going to be fun. And the kids are going to enjoy having that time to bond and spend as a family because, that's how us Hansons roll. So that was our summer pool party at Amber's. And it was simple, sweet, and full of love. It wasn't a big trip, no fancy plans, just good old-fashioned family fun. And sometimes that's all you need. Summer is not about big vacations or picture-perfect days. It's about the moments that make your heart feel full. And this past weekend, mine was overflowing. And I couldn't have asked for a better weekend. I mean, the 4th of July has always been my favorite. And I think it's because everyone does stuff. Everyone gets together. The fireworks are fun. It's a happy weekend. And I sure enjoyed it. So I'm hoping the rest of our vacations are just as fun. And I know that the kids get wore out and they sure sleep after. But that right there shows the joy, the excitement, the fun. It just wears you out. And that's okay because we've made the best memories being together, hanging out with family, hanging out with each other. It's amazing. And I'm glad our friends get to enjoy that with us. And I'm glad our extended family get to enjoy that with us as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today on We Are the Hansons. I hope your summer is filled with splashy cannonballs, burnt marshmallows, silly uncles on that grill, and memories that'll last a lifetime. Go on over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. You can message me on our We Are the Hansons Facebook page. You can also send me a message on our We Are the Hansons show at gmail.com. Until next time, stay cool, hug your people, and remember the best days are the ones spent together.